There comes a moment in life when you feel like everything is falling apart. The weight is too heavy, the pain is too real. You've given your all and it still wasn't enough. Maybe it was a dream you chased that didn't work out, a relationship that shattered, a battle you fought but lost. And in that moment, you ask yourself, is this it? Is this where my story ends? But let me tell you something right now. This is not your ending. It's your beginning. Because being broken doesn't mean you're finished. It means you're being shaped, refined, strengthened. There comes a moment in life when everything feels like it's falling apart. The weight on your shoulders is too much to carry, and no matter how hard you try, nothing seems to go your way. You gave your all. You pushed yourself to the limit, and yet somehow it still wasn't enough. Maybe it was a dream you believed in that never came to life. Maybe it was a relationship you poured your soul into only to watch it slip away. Maybe it was a battle you fought with everything you had only to find yourself defeated, exhausted, and questioning whether you even had the strength to keep going. Because once you arrived at the expense of your soul, if you've given everything you had, maybe it was you feel stuck in that moment, trapped in your own disappointment, looking at the shattered pieces of what you once held dear, and that's when the voice of doubt creeps in. It tells you that maybe this is it. Maybe you were never meant to succeed. Maybe you just don't have what it takes. The pain is overwhelming, the frustration unbearable, and the thought of trying again feels like an impossible task. And a great temptation. You replay every mistake, every setback, every failure in your mind, and the more you think about it, the heavier it becomes. You start to wonder if you'll ever be the same again. You question whether you'll ever find the strength to move forward, and in that moment, everything feels hopeless. The walls are closing in, and no matter how much you want to fight back, you don't even know where to begin. The feeling of brokenness isn't just about the pain, it's about the fear that maybe you won't recover. Maybe this is the chapter where everything ends. Maybe this is the moment that defines you forever. Pain is not just something we endure, it is something that shapes us. In the moments when life knocks you down, it's easy to believe that suffering is meaningless, that the struggle is just an obstacle standing in your way. But what if the pain you're feeling right now is not meant to break you, but to build you? What if every setback, every failure, every heartbreak is a lesson disguised as a loss? You may not feel like it in a moment, but sometimes the worst things that happen to us are actually the things that push us toward where we're truly meant to be. When you're in the middle of the storm, it's hard to see anything beyond the rain. The darkness surrounds you, and all you can feel is the weight of what's gone wrong. But look closer. Inside that pain, there is something valuable. There is a lesson, an opportunity, a test of your strength. Every challenge you face is preparing you for something greater. The hardships are not there to stop you. They are there to teach you what you need to know before you reach your destiny. They are shaping your character, forcing you to dig deeper, to find resilience you never knew you had. Think about the people who have achieved greatness, who have defied the odds and risen above adversity. None of them got there without struggle. None of them reached success without first facing failure. The difference between those who rise and those who stay broken is perspective. Do you see pain as the end, or do you see it as the beginning of something new? Do you let it consume you, or do you use it as fuel to grow? There are moments in life when the weight of everything feels unbearable. You feel shattered, lost, and uncertain of how to move forward. But being broken does not mean you are finished. It does not mean you are weak. It means you have been tested. It means you are being given a choice. to stay down or to rise again, stronger than before. Resilience is not about avoiding pain. It is about pushing through it. It is about standing back up, even when every part of you wants to give in. It is about finding the strength to fight when giving up feels easier. Life will always throw obstacles in your path. It will test your patience, your strength, and your determination. But those who refuse to be defeated are the ones who transform their pain into power. Every scar tells a story. Every wound carries a lesson. And every struggle is an opportunity to grow. You are not defined by the moments that break you, but by the way you choose to rebuild yourself afterward. The greatest comebacks are born from the deepest struggles, and the strongest people are those who have been knocked down and still found a way to rise. Pain is temporary, but the lessons it teaches can last a lifetime. When you push through hardship, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than the circumstances trying to hold you back. Strength is built in the moments when you choose to keep going despite the odds. Growth happens when you refuse to let failure define you. Every time you stand back up, you send a message to yourself and to the world that you will not be broken, that no matter how many times you fall, you will always rise again. Amen. Fear will tell you to stop. It will whisper in your ear that you are not enough, that the pain is too much, that the road ahead is too difficult. Fear will convince you that because you failed before, you will fail again. It will remind you of every mistake, every loss, every time you fell short, and it will use those moments to try and keep you from moving forward. But fear is a liar. It is an illusion designed to keep you in the same place, to keep you from growing into the person you were meant to be. Fear wants you to believe that struggle is a sign to quit, when in reality, it is a sign to keep going. Faith, on the other hand, is different. Faith does not require proof. It does not need a guarantee. Faith asks you to trust in something greater than yourself, to believe in your ability to rise even when you cannot see the way forward. Faith tells you that your past does not define you, that your failures are not final, that your struggles are not the end of your story. Faith reminds you that every great success begins with uncertainty. Every powerful journey starts with a single step, and every person who has ever achieved something meaningful had to first believe in what seemed impossible, and that belief becomes proof when it is faith proven unpolished. So, the choice between fear and faith is one that you will face every single day. Fear is easy because it allows you to stay where you are, to remain in your comfort zone, to never take a risk. But faith demands courage. It asks you to step forward even when you are unsure, to trust that the struggle has a purpose, to keep moving even when you do not see the entire path ahead. Hard work is the price you must pay for growth, for strength, for success. No one becomes great by accident. No one rises without effort. Every person you admire, every success story you look up to, every champion you see standing at the top had moments when they wanted to quit, moments when they were exhausted, when they doubted themselves, when the weight of the struggle felt like too much to carry. But they made a decision to keep going, to push through, to refuse to let their pain be the reason they stopped. Effort is the great separator. It is what determines who stays broken and who rises stronger. You can have talent, you can have dreams, you can have potential, but without hard work, none of it matters. The world does not reward those who wish for success, it rewards those who work for it. It rewards those who wake up early, who stay late, who put in the extra hours, who sacrifice comfort for progress. It rewards those who show up even when they do not feel like it, those who put in the work when no one is watching, those who refuse to let failure be the end of their story. There is no shortcut to growth, no easy path to success, no way to escape the struggle. If you want to rebuild yourself, if you want to rise above the pain, if you want to turn your brokenness into strength, you have to be willing to do the work. It will not be easy. It will demand everything you have. It will test your patience, your endurance, your willpower. But every ounce of effort, every sacrifice, every moment of struggle is building you into something greater than you ever imagined. Your story is not over. No matter how many times you have fallen, no matter how deep the pain feels, no matter how broken you believe you are, there is still more ahead. You have survived moments you thought would destroy you. You have endured pain that felt unbearable. You have faced days where getting up, showing up, and pushing forward seemed impossible. Yet here you are. That means something. That means you are stronger than you realize. That means you are capable of more than you think. That means you have another chapter to write. Too many people give up before their breakthrough. They let the weight of the past convince them that the future holds nothing for them. They let fear keep them from trying again. They let failure define them instead of using it as a stepping stone towards something greater. But the truth is, every struggle, every setback, every challenge is just part of the journey. It is not the end. It is not the final word. The only way you truly fail is if you stop moving forward. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to let failure be the end of their story. They understand that pain is temporary, that struggle is a necessary part of growth, that success is built on resilience. They know that being broken is not the same as being finished. They find strength in the moments of hardship. They rebuild themselves piece by piece, and they rise stronger than before. You have a choice. You can let your pain define you, or you can use it to create something powerful. You can stay down, or you can get back up. You can believe that this is the end, or you can decide that the best part of your story is still ahead. So don't break. Don't quit. Don't surrender to the storm. Stand up, wipe your tears, keep moving, because your story is still being written. And trust me, the next chapter is going to be legendary. Now ask yourself, are you going to let your pain define you, or are you going to use it to build something greater? The choice is yours.